Hi, I'm Jasnoor Kheda, Assistant Professor in Business Management at Guru Nanak Girls College. I would be sharing some videos on marketing for beginners, and I hope my videos would be useful for students who are pursuing a course in marketing, business management, or some related field. In this video, I will give an introduction to the term marketing and discuss the scope of marketing. Marketing of goods dates back to the 17th century, and the word used in those times was market or trade, but not marketing. It can be seen that the first department store started in Japan in 1600s. First advertisement appeared in newspaper in England in the year 1652. Pears was the first branded soap or product. Marketing emerged as a term around the year 1910, even though the term was coined in early 20th century, but the focus was on selling. Price was the only factor which affected demand. Many people use the terms selling and marketing interchangeably, but these two are different. Marketing is wider than selling as it involves all the activities from product or marketing research to product design, pricing, promotion, after sales services, maintaining long term relations with the customers. According to Professor Philip Kotler, selling is only the tip of the marketing iceberg. Initially, marketing was a part of the sales department which used to deal with consumer research, generation of leads, and preparation of brochures and ads. Gradually, due to globalization, technology, and social responsibility, these three tasks were split into three different departments. Now, marketing has become a vital part of any organization as it builds strong brand names, loyal customer base, and strong intangible assets. The importance of marketing can be highlighted from the fact that nowadays many organizations have introduced the position of CMO, that is Chief Marketing Officer, which is at par with other C-level positions in the organization. Now we will discuss the scope of marketing. In order to understand scope of marketing, we need to know three things. What is marketing? What is marketed? And who markets? So the first aspect is what is marketing. So first of all, looking at the definition of marketing. Marketing is the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. This definition was given by American Marketing Association, and generally this is known as the official definition of marketing. Let us go into the detailed analysis of this definition. The first important words in the definition are activity, set of institutions, and processes. These three words are more or less similar and generally convey similar points. For example, activities and processes refers to the things that organizations do in order to achieve their corporate goals. The term set of institutions refers to various tools or practices or approaches used in marketing. Therefore, these words are similar and highlight marketing inputs of an organization in order to achieve the organizational goals. The next aspect is creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings. So, these words generally correspond to four P's of marketing and highlight the key outcomes of marketing. Creating corresponds to products, that is the entities which can be sold in the market. Not only products or services, but there are many other entities which a marketer can offer in the market. So creating refers to those entities. Communicating refers to the promotion mix, that is advertising, sales promotion, and publicity. The promotion mix which the organizations use to communicate about the product to the target audience. Delivering refers to channels of distribution or place mix, that is how the products will be delivered in the market or where the products will be delivered in the market so that the consumers they can get the products conveniently. Exchanging refers to selling the product for a price, that is A transaction takes place between the marketer and the prospect or the customer, and out of that transaction, both the parties gain some value. The customer's needs and wants are satisfied, whereas the marketers earn some income by selling those products to the prospects or the customers. Next aspect is customers, clients, partners, and society at large. These refers to various stakeholders. Customers are key part or most important part of any business. Generally, we say customer is the king of the market. So most of the organizations are customer driven. Clients is a broader term which suggests non-profit focus. Many government organizations like non-profit organizations and other government institutions refers to the clients of an organization. Partners are the supporting businesses that are critical for achieving the success. These include suppliers, wholesalers, retailers, as well as consultants, legal advisors, and so on. And last is the society at large. It reflects concern towards community. It shows that the organization does not exist only for profit, but also is concerned about the community in which it exists. So next definition is the second definition we will discuss was given by Philip Kotler. Marketing is a societal process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging products and services of value with others. This definition generally gives the societal perspective or social perspective of marketing. It shows the role of marketing in society and considers it as a societal process, as it helps to raise the standard of living of the people. Now, in this definition, why do we say that it is a social perspective? Because it is focused on the society, that the organizations or the marketers, they help in enhancing or enriching the customer's experience and raise their standard of living by providing them enhanced or latest products. Individuals refers to persons or groups who buy the products. Individuals refers to persons who buy the product for their household purpose or for personal use, and groups refers to the organizations or institutions which buy products or services in bulk. So next part is products and services. Again, these refer to the entities which can be bought or sold in the market and have value for both the parties. And so in this definition, the main focus of marketing is to co-create and exchange value among customers and business. It also highlights the organization's concern for community as it focuses on value creation and sharing. So in order to understand the scope of marketing, the next aspect is what is marketing. As I mentioned earlier in the previous slide, that not only physical goods or services can be sold or bought, but there are many other entities. So marketing offerings are not only limited to physical goods or services, so these entities can be grouped into 10 categories. Let us have a look on these entities. So first is goods. Goods include physical goods such as cars, toiletries, electronic goods, frozen food, packaged food, etc. These are the items which are usually tangible. That is, before we buy the product, we can easily examine the product. We can see the product, touch it, and even feel the product. For example, if I have to buy a car, I can see its model, I can see the shape of the car, I can see what features have been added in that particular car, and the color and all other aspects related to car which are visible. So generally goods constitute bulk of a country's production or consumption. Next we have services. Services are intangible offerings by a company These includes airlines, hotels, lawyers, doctors, beauty salons, restaurants, banks, etc. In advanced economies, services constitute a major share of the country's GDP. So, as I mentioned, these are intangible. Before we buy the service, we cannot see it or touch it. We can only feel whether the service will be good or bad. For example, in case of airlines, I buy a ticket for Indian Airlines and I have to travel from India to America. Now, what happens now when I buy the ticket, some promises are made to me by the company, but I am not sure whether those promises will be met or not. For example, I am not sure or I do not know what kind of seat will be offered to me, what kind of food will be offered to me, and how the air hostesses will deal with me. So that is the intangible aspect of services. Now services, these can be of two types. One is core services, others are services accompanied with physical goods. For example, airlines, hotels, a haircut, all these are core services. But in case of a car, I am buying a physical product. But with that physical product, some services are also accompanied. How the dealer deals with me when I have to buy the car. Even what kind of after sale services the dealer will provide me. What free services the dealer will provide me. All those are included in services. So that is an example of a product accompanied with services. Next is events. Companies market events such as concerts, dramas. There are sports events like World Cup, Olympic Games. Time-based events are there like trade shows, exhibitions, filmfare awards, etc. So marketers provide professional services in organizing special events. For example, for organizing a fashion show, some artistic performance, some company training program, trade fairs, sports events, etc. So they help the marketers help the organizers by promoting the event so that maximum number of people attend such events and make those events successful. Next is experiences. Now, when a company creates and market adventurous and other experiences, when we go to buy an experience, we do not get something in our hands. We just experience that particular thing, whether we feel satisfied or not. We enjoy that particular thing. For example, theme parks like Disneyland, then Universal Studio, paragliding, mountain climbing, all these are examples of experiences, or attending some sports camp where some professionals or the players are also a part of that camp. There, for example, when we visit Disneyland, we get a chance to visit the fairy kingdom, a pirate ship, a haunted house, or we can also meet our favorite characters whom we see on the TV. Next is persons. What do we mean by marketing of persons? So now some uh, professionals, some professionals like doctors, engineers, then actors, or we can say singers, they take help of some marketers in order to build their brand image. So different strategies are used by influential persons to attract attention and interest of the audience, of their audience or their target market. So marketing activities are aimed at creating a favorable image towards these people in the minds of the target audience. For example, if we take example of Amitabh Bachchan, so he is an actor. Why does he need to market himself? Because in order to build his brand image, so that more and more people watch his movies. Or for example, why do we visit a particular doctor? Because of his reputation, because of his goodwill, because of his image. So the people, they need to market themselves in order to attract more and more number of customers. Examples of persons who market themselves can be singers, musicians, actors, sports personalities, or professionals such as lawyers, doctors, CAs, etc. Next is places. This include marketing of countries, cities, towns and other places which compete to attract tourists, residents and corporates. For example, during the vacation season, we see a lot of ads on Malaysia tourism, Kerala tourism. So why do they market these places? In order to attract maximum number of tourists. Then we have real estate agents or builders. They use mega events and exhibitions to promote and market certain places so that more and more number of persons should buy land or some building in that particular area in order to increase the value of that particular area. Next is properties. Properties are of two types, real properties or financial properties. Real estate properties are referred to as real properties, whereas the investment instruments in which we invest money are known as the financial properties. So marketing efforts are needed to buy and sell property. Real estate agents or firms sell residential properties in the form of plots, houses or villas, or they can be commercial properties like offices, or some complexes or some buildings which can be sold by the real estate agents. Besides this, investment companies are engaged in buying and selling of securities and bonds to institutional as well as individual investors. Organizations. It is done, for example, financial institutions, law firms, educational institutions like universities, colleges and schools, etc. Nowadays, organizations are concerned about enhancing the corporate image in the minds of the target uh, audience. Even educational institutions like schools, colleges, universities, or even hospitals, banks, all the institutions have PR department or CMO level positions, that is Chief Marketing Officer, who manage its image by undertaking all the tasks from designing and distributing the brochures to managing its social media profile. They also help the organizations by spreading a positive word of mouth so as to influence the customers and to compete for the audience and for different funds. For example, NGOs are there, they are competing for funds and they also want so many people to be a member of that NGO. So these are the organizations which need marketing. Information. This includes processing of raw data into meaningful information that can be used by the client. Many corporates make business decisions dependent upon the information which is provided by legal, technical, research or financial analysts. And there are marketing analysts who collect massive amount of data from variety of sources. For example, customer demographic information can be provided, then in-store or online purchasing history of customers could be studied, or other such related data. So they also generate recommendations and insights about how to increase the sales. Besides this, many institutions also publish encyclopedia, non-fiction books and specialized market magazines to provide information to the target audience. Last entity is ideas. What do we mean by ideas? So marketers try to promote ideas that serve the best interests of people. These can be marketed in two ways. First of all, the product which is offered in the market is always accompanied by some kind of an idea. For example, a cosmetic company is selling some cosmetic products, foundation, lipstick or some other products, and the idea behind that product is to how to look more beautiful and attractive. The second aspect is some social ideas being promoted by organizations. So we can say social marketing is undertaken by organizations. For example, save environment or reduce pollution, recycling. These ideas are promoted by different organizations. For example, Apple Renew program encourages recycling of old or used Apple devices. and 99% of the paper in the packaging is recycled or sustainable. So this was all about what is marketed. Last aspect in order to understand the scope of marketing is who markets. This again is an important aspect. So there are two parties involved in the marketing process. One is the marketer, other is the prospect. Someone who seeks a response from another person or party is known as a marketer. Now, marketers' aim is to create an exchange with the other party, and the other party from whom the marketer wants to get a response is known as a prospect. So marketers, they are skilled at creating demand. For example, card companies, florists, they create demand for different types of we can say days. Valentine's Day, Daughter's Day, Father's Day. These were not existing a few years back, but nowadays we share gifts on these days, or we share flowers with our loved ones on these days. So this demand was created by card companies or florists. The marketers not only aim at creating demand, but they are also skilled to influence the level, timing and composition of demand to meet organizations goals. Now other marketers can be, we can say, Sony, Coca-Cola, Amul, etc. All of them are marketers. Any company which offers some product to the other party is known as a marketer. So for example, in case of creating demand, so we can take an example of Sony. A person has a Sony TV at his home, but a few years later Sony introduces LCD, and then it introduces LED. So a person who already has a TV at home would like to buy an LCD or LED in order to show off his status, or he might think that that is better than the TV which is at his home. So this way the companies, they are trying to create demand for their product. So now coming upon to the prospect, the person or party at whom the marketer's efforts are directed is known as a prospect, someone who is potentially willing and able to engage in an exchange of values. Now, prospects, these can be of two types. One is a customer, another is a prospect. The person who actually buys the product of the company is known as the customer, and the person who is likely to buy the product of the company in near future or in the future is known as the prospect. For example, I go to a shop and I buy a pen or I buy a pen. So I am a customer of that particular company. But in case of expecting mothers, they are going to buy the products, baby products, after a few months when the child will be born, or so they will become the customer of that company after a few months. So till that time when they buy the product, they are known as prospect. Children of the age of around 3 years or 3.5 years, or parents of such children, are prospects for schools or other educational institutions which are likely to give admissions to the toddlers. So anybody who has some unfulfilled needs and wants is also known as a prospect. So coming back to the previous point, that is potentially willing and able. Now a company introduces a car. For example, a BMW introduces a new car in the market. I am willing to buy the car because I like that brand, or I like that particular car, but I am not economically able to buy that product. I do not have sufficient funds to buy that product. So I am willing to buy the product, but I am not able to buy that product. Similarly, I am able to buy the product. I have enough money to buy a BMW, but I do not like that particular brand. So I'm not willing to buy that product. So again, I would not be a prospect for that company. So prospect is a person who is willing as well as able to buy the product, and who has some unfulfilled needs and wants. I'm feeling hungry, passing from near McDonald's, so I feel like eating a burger because it will help me in satisfying my unfulfilled needs. Anybody who is interested in buying products or services of Sony or Coca-Cola, since I have mentioned these brands in case of marketer, so I am giving that example in case of prospect. So any person who is interested in buying products or services of a particular company is known as a prospect for that company. Thank you. That is all about this video. I will be back with new videos on marketing. Thank you.